everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. There are a couple of topics I want to talk about in this video. First, starting with this whole mess between Lil Uzi Vert and JT from the City Girls. Now, I'm sure some of you know Uzi and JT have been dating for the past several months, and their relationship has been pretty weird, to say the least. It's been pretty messy. I remember last year JT was calling Uzi toxic.
I never tried this a day in my life. This nigga wanna be toxic, ruin my life every day.
Also, Uzi claimed that JT put her hands on him. Every time JT and Uzi would get into it, they would always be throwing shots at each other on Twitter, and then they turn around and make up like nothing happened. So their relationship is pretty up and down. I think it's kind of toxic if you ask me, but people seem to find it strangely entertaining. Now, things got a little messy yesterday because Lil Uzi's ex-girlfriend Brittany Bird basically exposed him for still trying to get back with her. She actually posted the unanswered text messages that Uzi sent to her on her IG story, and It's On Site on Instagram actually took screenshots of this. But in the text messages, Uzi was trying to make it seem like he and JT weren't serious and he wasn't spending money on her. Also, he said, "We still together. I don't talk to her. That's why she doing that. Didn't I tell you that before? Answer the phone. Act like a kid. My grandma want me to be with you forever. I do too. Answer. This P. How you never treat me like a man?" So Uzi was trying to get Brittany's attention. Brittany never responded. And of course, this triggered JT. She went on this whole Twitter rant and claimed that Uzi hasn't seen Brittany since October. And that's probably true because it's clear that Brittany is ignoring Uzi, but that still doesn't change the fact that Uzi was trying to hit her up and get back with her. Not only that, another one of Uzi's side chicks named Sadia B came out and tweeted this while JT was ranting. She said, "Crazy tell self." JT went under It's On Site's post and said, "Stop posting me next to that girl trying to make her a thing. She wasn't even talking about me. Those pics with her chains was before October and uploaded in December. I have a lot of time today. All y'all have me effed up." So JT was going off trying to defend her relationship with Uzi. And I find it interesting that after Uzi's ex-girlfriend and his alleged side chick came forth, all of a sudden he's claiming his love for JT and calling her the chosen one, and he's posting her a lot more. And some people think that he's doing all of this to make his ex-girlfriend Brittany jealous. And I actually believe that. I think because Brittany has been ignoring him, he now wants to rub it in her face that he's with JT. But also, I believe that Brittany is low-key jealous of the relationship as well, because if she didn't care, she wouldn't have posted those text messages in the first place. So it's clear that she feels a way about it. Uzi was messing with JT behind her back, and now she sees that he's spending more money on JT and showing her more attention, and it's getting under her skin a little bit. But I don't think this is nothing for JT to celebrate, because it still doesn't change the fact that he was trying to get in contact with his ex-girlfriend behind her back. So that should be a red flag to JT, but she doesn't see it that way. She thinks that she's the chosen one. So we'll see how this whole thing plays out. But this relationship is a mess. Now on to the next topic. I want to talk about the rap artist Coi Leray and her father Benzino, who's known from being on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Coi Leray and Benzino got into a very messy exchange on social media, and I'm gonna break all of that down. But before I do want to give a backstory. Coi Leray is an upcoming rapper who has been making a lot of noise recently. She's been rapping for a few years, but recently one of her songs, No More Parties, went viral on TikTok, and this is the song that's been going crazy. She actually got a feature with Lil Durk on the remix, and this song became her first charting single on Billboard Hot 100. So it's a big deal for her. She's been moving up in her career, but unfortunately this song triggered a public fallout with her father. Now, Coi and her father have had a strained relationship for a few months now. In fact, Benzino did a whole interview with Queen's Flip, And he kind of opened up about why he and Coi were at odds. He said in the interview that he didn't like that Coi dropped out of high school and started smoking weed. He was kind of upset with some of the decisions she was making and some of the messages in her music. And Coi kind of felt like he wasn't being supportive of her career. So that's one of the reasons why they were at odds. Also, Benzino was upset at the fact that Coi did an interview with Angela Yee, DJ Vlad, and Adam 22 from No Jumper. Now, Benzino has issues with all three of these people. In fact, he has issues with a lot of people in the industry. He has burned a lot of bridges. And it all really started back in the day when he got into a public beef with Eminem. For those who don't know, back in the day, Benzino had his own hip hop magazine called The Source, and it was very respected by the hip hop community. But Eminem dissed the magazine because he was mad that they gave his album, The Eminem Show, a rating of 4 out of 5. He thought he deserved 5 mics. So he dissed the magazine and he dissed Benzino and claimed that they were hating on him because he's white. And he refused to do an interview with The Source. And this actually triggered a whole feud between Benzino and Eminem. Benzino went really hard at Eminem and started dropping diss tracks left and right. Eminem responded, and all the Eminem fans started bashing Benzino. And the situation got even messier when 50 Cent and Ja Rule got involved. Ja Rule took Benzino's side and 50 Cent took Eminem's side. So it was just a hot mess. But basically, Eminem started co-signing the magazine Double XL, and that kind of became the pitfall of The Source magazine because Double XL became The Source's competition. So Benzino lost everything behind that feud, just to simply put it. And the reason why I brought this whole story up is because that feud affected Benzino's career. It affected his standing in the industry because he went against people like Eminem and 50 Cent, who both were backed by the machine. Also, he severed ties with other people in the industry because it's been said that Benzino is a hothead. He's very erratic and emotional, and he goes off on people when he feels slighted in some way. So he's definitely burned a lot of bridges, and now his daughter Coi Leray is coming up in an industry where her father has offended a lot of people, and she has to rub shoulders with these people. So it's a weird position for her to be in. And she didn't really put it out there that Benzino was her father at first, but people eventually started to catch on, and she started getting asked about him in different interviews. Now, the thing that really got people questioning about her relationship with her father is when she took a dig at him in her song No More Parties. And in the song, she said, "My daddy let me down, but I promise you, I won't let up. I won't let up. I want to say F that man, but that ish won't make me better. Make me better." So this line kind of opened up conversations about Coi's relationship with Benzino. And a few weeks ago, she was asked about Benzino during her interview on Angela Yee's podcast, Lip Service.
And then you talk about your brother and you talk about your dad too and how he let you down.
Right.
And so how did they react when they heard that?
My dad called me. I haven't spoken to him. He called me when the song dropped, but I haven't spoken to him. I ain't answer because I didn't know what he was gonna ask. Me and my dad relationship still wacky. Like we still trying to get to daddy and a daughter real solid relationship, and it takes some time. You know, you gotta it's kind of like meeting someone all over again for real, you know? I knew stepping into this industry, I didn't want my father's relationships or anything that he had going on. Like, I didn't want the shit that he burnt, the bridges or whatever he went through. I didn't want it to affect me because some people, bro, it don't matter how talented you are. It don't matter how a good person you are. Some people just don't want the drama. They just be like, right. It's just better off for me to just not deal with it. It's so much other things going on in the world I'd rather focus on.
I'm not gonna lie, because Benzino said mad foul shit about me. But I was like, look, I am still gonna make sure that I support because I see you a young woman doing your thing. And I was like, I had to think about it because I was like, man, that's Benzino's daughter. And he did, right. I didn't even never say nothing, but he was going in on me for whatever reason. Right. And I felt a way about it. But then I was like, I don't want that to hinder you from being able to be successful in this business because you ain't do nothing to nobody.
Right. And I appreciate that. And let me tell you something. You're not the only person that felt like that. Like, I know my dad. A lot of traits, you know what I'm saying? I learned from him, and that I don't want to do just because of how he handles situations, how he be talking to people, and how he just be wilding. But at the same time, you know, I'm trying to bring me, that's the whole point of everything and what's going on now, because now that I am the one with the shoes, like, I feel like I'm wearing the shoes now in my family. Like, I'm the one who's gonna put us back where the source is. Like, I have the ability to do that. Not saying my dad can't, but I am. And it's gonna be able to make him, like, he's gonna look and learn through me and become a new person. And that's like the goal. Like, I wanna build a father and daughter relationship so he can realize, like, because he got a temper. Like, my dad got a temper. So a lot of the stuff that he probably did say about you was based on his temper, because he does it to, I watched him do it to a lot of people. But he's still a good person, and I know he come from a good place at heart.
Now, what Coi said in this interview kind of rubbed Benzino the wrong way, and a lot of people kind of assumed that Benzino was a deadbeat father based off of the lyrics in her song No More Parties. I never heard Coi say that he was a deadbeat father, but she did talk about some of the hardships that she and her family went through after Benzino's business went under. She said that her family was on food stamps at one point, and that kind of made people believe that Benzino was not taking care of her family. But Benzino claimed that he did provide for her and her brothers, and he didn't like the narrative that was put out there that he was a deadbeat.
I was there every step of the way. That's my baby girl. I love her to death. But I will not be disrespected. Financially, mentally, and spiritually, I was there. And it hurts. It hurts to see her kind of like shun me on some shit like, oh, you didn't support me in my music, and whatever excuse she has. It's bullshit. And then when you're not with the moms no more, the moms put poison in their head. My dad let me down? How the f did I let you down? Like, when I was up, you was up. You know, I was the only one making money. When me and her mother broke up, I still sent money. When her mother got married, I still sent money. Wherever that, like, when she needed school clothes, Christmas, fucking Thanksgiving, she was living with me. Now all of a sudden she blew up and it's me. Now all of a sudden you go on different shows and you dealing with these people that never liked me, and they're telling you, well, like Angela Yee, you know, it's not like she's a street kid. You know, she grew up, you know, she wasn't begging for anything. She didn't, you know, she did pretty good for a long time. And sure, when I fell, you know, but you know what I'm saying, that didn't mean I stopped taking care of her. I just don't like the narrative that's being displayed, like, oh, I wasn't there, or, oh, he didn't support me. No, I wasn't supporting you smoking weed. I wasn't supporting you dropping out of high school. I wasn't supporting none of that shit. All right?
So that's what Benzino had to say in response to Coi Leray's song and her interview with Angela Yee. And he made other posts about it on Instagram, which I'm not going to read, but he pretty much said the same thing that he said in his interview with Queen's Flip. Now, this triggered a response from Coi, and she went on Twitter and she addressed her father. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk for taking screenshots of these tweets. She said this: "You can ask my grandfather, his dad, all my brothers, my mom, everybody in Boston, and God himself. That man is an effing liar. Never said I grew up poor. I said we lost everything. And still to this day, it's all about money. Just wanted a father, and you was never that. Anybody in the fam can prove it. Reasons why I be thinking I need a dude to love me now, because you never did. Just like a month ago, he called me. We spoke. Told him I needed him. I needed my father in this cold world. He said I should have been a boy. I should have been a boy, you're right, because I would have knocked you the F out already. Numb to the pain. And this is why I never wanted anybody to know. I'm embarrassed to be your daughter. I'm hurting right now, but it's all good. I'm going to be the one to put us right back in the mansion. Don't trip." That was very tough. That was very tough. And she also went off on him some more on Instagram Live.
the day when I reach up on Billboard, you know, the day when I'm on Billboard, I'm on YouTube top, I'm on Rolling Stone breaking all kinds of records, and this bitch ass nigga, Benzino, wants to fucking come online and start fucking with me, bro. Instead of being a father and just supporting from that side, you still want to be bitter. That's why you burn all your fucking relationships, my nigga. And that's why my career, yo, bro, I have to really bend my back and make sure niggas can fucking understand me as a person. Because at the end of the day, I don't want my father's relationships and the bridges he burnt to affect me. All that other personal shit he talking about, mansions and all that, everybody that's been in my life is fucking cap. That nigga is cap. We lost everything. Source was gone. By the time I was old enough to even understand the source, that shit is gone, bro. Give it up. Don't blame my mother. My mother is the best thing that ever happened to me. My number one supporter overall. At the end of the day, this ain't here to bash my father. And let me not get ahead of myself and be disrespectful. I don't even mean to call a nigga a bitch ass nigga, right? But at the end of the day, that's a fucking bitch move, my nigga. That's a bitch move. If you a father, right, support your fucking kids, my nigga, and that's it. You want people to feel bad for you because of what? Let's talk about how I don't speak to you. You didn't wish me happy birthday on like damn near none of my birthdays. Didn't say happy Thanksgiving. Haven't spoke to you in months, but then try to get me to go on Growing Up Hip Hop. Right? Try to get me to go on Growing Up Hip Hop. Told me that they wasn't going to let you on it if it wasn't for me. They didn't want to pay me the money I wanted. After that, I never heard from you again. Never heard from you again. Come on, my y'all niggas is fucking weird, bro. Like, I had to pull over and really stop because I'm shaking. I'm driving by myself on my way to my little appointments or whatever so I could finish up what I got to do so I could get ready for my Atlanta trip. My mom called me. It's crazy because we was just on the phone crying yesterday, sharing this moment, like, really sharing the moment. Like, niggas don't even understand, like, and I can't wait to tell my story because it's so many young females, young male that got industry parents or that got people in the industry, and these fucking people feel like they got so much power, bro. These motherfuckers got so much power. Nah, them tables turn. Y'all niggas is outdated as up.
So Coi Leray said a mouthful on her IG live video, and you could see how emotional she was. But I personally don't think she should have went off on her father the way that she did. I don't think she should have disrespected him by calling him out of his name like that. That wasn't right. But I understand why she feels the way she feels. I think that she and Benzino have a hard time communicating with each other, and I kind of feel like Benzino was not emotionally present for Coi Leray. He may have been physically there. He may have provided for her and given her all the tools that she needs to know in the business, but I don't think he was emotionally present. And I think Coi Leray is really crying out for his validation and for his love and acceptance. And more than anything, she wants her father to support her. She doesn't want her father to use her or feel like he's entitled to her success. She wants him to support her. That's all. Also, I think the main source of her strained relationship with her father is because of his issues with her mother. And that's a whole nother layered conversation. But I think that's really the root of it. Coi said she grew up with her mother, so she was allowed to do certain things that Benzino didn't necessarily agree with. And on top of that, Benzino had a very toxic relationship with her mother. So that affected the dynamics of Coi and Benzino's relationship. That's what I think. Benzino did respond to Coi's rant on Instagram and said this: "Now I'm bro, an N-word, and a ban. Really? Really me? This is the most disrespectful stuff I've ever experienced. The name she called can never be forgiven or forgotten. This is not real. This is evil. I guess she had to play up to her fans and executives. Nah, this ain't cool, but okay, I get it. This is the tough, cool girl image. Okay." So basically, Benzino is calling Coi out for putting on this act. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she was. I do think she loves her father, but I wouldn't be surprised if she wanted to dissociate from her father, because that would actually help further her career. And it's really sad to say that. It's sad to see what comes with fame and see what people are willing to sacrifice for fame. I don't think Coi intentionally tried to sacrifice her relationship with her father, but it just played out that way, and it's really unfortunate. Benzino and Coi need to get some counseling. They need to repair their relationship, because I hate to see a father and daughter fall out like this on social media. And I hate the fact that Benzino added fuel to the fire by continuing to respond. I think he should have handled things behind the scenes instead of fanning the flames that were already there. But of course he didn't do that.
People need storyline. And y'all saying clout, she mentioned me in the song. Stupid. Y'all wouldn't know nothing was going on. Coi had everything she wanted. I was flying Coi to meet every summer, every spring break, she was in Miami. I got her in the movie. Every spring break, every summer, every Christmas, Thanksgiving, she was with me. Her brother and her other brother, it was all with me. Every last one. My niggas seen it. Everybody around me seen it. Her mother did this shit. Her mother poisoned that. Okay? I put in the work. So Coi didn't have to struggle. So her mother didn't have to struggle. I met Coi's mother in the projects and took care of her 2 sons that wasn't mine. Did she tell you that too? I didn't even want this shit, but I knew it. I knew this shit was gonna happen. I knew once she put that line in the song, I knew what was gonna happen. All these suckers who be interviewing her, all these the Adam 22s and the Vlads and the Angela Yees, they don't like me. They scared of me. They don't like me anyway. Yeah, so of course they're gonna say to pit her against me. I'm watching all this take place. I'm not gonna be put in the same category as these deadbeat motherfuckers who just had kids and just left them out here to struggle. I didn't do that. I didn't deserve what she put on that song. I've never heard a daughter go at her father. For what? I ain't did shit wrong to Coi. I don't know who the I know her mother's in the air, but other than that, I don't know who's in the air. I ain't never said I wish she was a boy. I would never say no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna put some shit about me in the song, put some shit about your mother too. Yeah, man. I could say so much more, right? But I'm proud of her, but I want her to do her thing. You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna pass as internet shit is. But all y'all who's trying to say that I wasn't a good father, y'all can suck a.
So that was Benzino's whole rant about the situation. And once again, this whole thing is a mess. I don't think Benzino and Coi Leray should have ever put their business out there like this, but I do hope they get to a place where they can repair their relationship. It's just sad. It's sad to see. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.